So I just saw Professor Dungeon Master's video called Replace Hit Points, and this is an opinion from some guy on the internet about it. Hello, I'm DM Wisdom. Welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to talk about this idea of replacing hit points with hits. To start off, I'd like to say that I love the concept of turning every 10 hit points into hits. This is on par with the likes of what the Monster Manual has with having average damage for the dice rolls, really in place of the dice rolls. And in fact, I haven't rolled damage for monsters since September of 2014. I know there's plenty of dungeon masters out there that think that this is a good idea, and I have to say that I've implemented it and been using it for a year and a half, 2 years, whenever Professor Dungeon Master put out his very first video on this concept. I thought it was great then, and in practice, I have to say, it works wonderfully. One of my pet peeves is to have a monster with 189 hit points and each player is calling out on their turn. I do 5 points, I do 11 points, I do 22 points, I do 13 points, etc. And I'm sitting there doing simple math instead of actually concentrating on what I need to be concentrating on, and that is narrative description, especially in combat. Now, I will take the damage that the players give me and then translate that into hits. If it's 5 or less, I actually do a half hit. But if it's 10 or 20 or 30 or whatever, that is considered like 10 is 1, 20 is 2, 30 is 3. It's really simple on my end, and I just put a tick mark for every hit. This is simple enough for my brain to calculate quickly so that I keep my mind on the game. Now, one major difference, at least for my current group, is that I only keep this homebrew on my side of the screen. The players still roll their gobs of dice and add them up. Sure, it's not as fast as what Professor Dungeon Master has proposed to us, but it is still a lot faster, especially on my end of the screen. Now, I'd like to say that if you have 5 or more players, I would discuss with them to actually convert over to this hit system. But if you have 4 or less, this works perfectly well on just the DM side of the screen. And it's great for those that love picking up gobs of dice and throwing them down and sitting there and counting it all up. It's almost like a reward for them, especially if they've lasted any amount of time in my campaigns. Again, I love using this system because I get to keep my mind as a dungeon master on the thing that's important to me, which is narrative description. Now, in your game, I'm not saying that your fun is wrong or anything like that, but in your game, if you want to be concerned with the nitpickiness of every single hit point in the math, then by all means, if that's your fun, then that's your fun. I just prefer to lean towards the descriptive narrative. Plus, maybe, I don't know, I'm not that smart. I can't do simple math quick. For those of you that want to use this tool, make sure that you're really working on your descriptions. You lift up your battle axe into the night sky. The moon glints off of its silvery blade, and you heave down with this mighty weapon into the goblin's head, splitting it in twain. Blood sprays up like an ocean mist all over your face, and you cry out in victory. Or something like that. So what do you think? Are the professor and I a little crazy for using this system? Tell me what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.
All right, do this and do that and do this and do that. And watch this video.